Dear students, wish you a very good day. Today we are going to do a very short poem Dust of Snow composed by Robert Frost. Students, as you are familiar with Robert Frost, he is an American poet. You must have read a poem composed by him in class 9th also. The title of that poem is Roads Not Taken. When you compare the subject matters written by him, you will find that he often touches upon the very realistic themes. You must have listened about good omens and bad omens in society. Something is considered as good omen and something is as bad omen. Cat, when it passes your way, is considered as bad omen. In the same way, crow and hemlock tree are also the symbol of sorrow, pain, and suffering. Now I will read the poem. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from the hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. The poem is written in two small stanzas. Here, the poet is standing under a hemlock tree in pensive mood. Pensive mood means sad mood. This is a very poisonous tree with white flowers, so it can't be a symbol of something good. There is a crow sitting on that tree. Crow also denotes something bad. Children, have you ever listened a poem on crow except for example, एक कौवा प्यासा था, घड़े में थोड़ा पानी था? Actually, that is not a poem. It is a moral story converted into the form of poem. You must have read poems about cuckoo, nightingale, etc., but very few about crow. So here you see the crow and the hemlock tree both are used in the poem which represent sadness. As you have been told, that the poet was standing under the hemlock tree in sad mood. It is the time of winter and the tree is covered with snow. In English literature, winter is considered the symbol of death and decay. So everything altogether is creating gloomy atmosphere. In the meantime, the crow makes movement. He might have spread his wings. So the dust of snow fell on the poet. Dust of snow. Dust means here the small, very small particles of snow. That's why means these particles have been compared with dust. This made his heart change and his rest part of the day was saved from regret. Here the dust of snow that the crow shakes off a hemlock tree stands for all the worries and anxieties shaken off the poet's heart. Means these dust and dust of snow. This dust of snow has been compared with or you can say that they are the symbol of worries and anxieties of the poet's life. And as they are shaken from the trees, in the same way worries and anxieties of poet's heart are also shaken. Thus, you see, through this poem, the poet wants to say that all myths have been created by our society. All the time, they do not go true. Sometimes it happens that these things bring happiness in our life. They are helpful in changing our mood and save our day. One thing more here, the poet wants to emphasize that nature in any form is important for us. Being outdoors in nature with all its unpredictability can benefit anyone, anywhere, at any time. Now we will discuss the literary devices used in the poem. First, we will see the rhyming scheme. First line is rhyming with the third. So the first and the third lines will be marked as A and the second line is rhyming with the fourth one, so both will be marked with B. Thus the rhyming scheme is A B A B. And in the same way, in the second stanza, fifth line is rhyming with seventh, and the sixth line is rhyming with 8. So fifth and seventh, they are given name C, and sixth and 8, they are given name D, and thus CD CD. The rhyming scheme is AB AB CD CD. Second figure of speech used in the poem is assonance. In stanza 1, line 2, there is the repetition of vowel sound, "choke down on me." See the prominence of vowel O. Third is alliteration. Alliteration is a figure of speech in which initial sound of a word is repeated in closely placed word. For example, has given my heart. Here you see the repetition of consonant sound H. And the second example is saved some part. And here you see the repetition of initial sound S. Saved some. When you see the poem, you see that this poem has been written in 2 small stanzas of 4 lines each. And at the last only you will see the use of full stop. And all the lines are running into the other lines. This is called the example of enjambment. And so the figure of speech enjambment is here. Now we will discuss the question answers of this poem. The very first question of NCERT book is, what is the dust of snow? What does the poet say has changed his mood? How has the poet's mood changed? What is the dust of snow? Dust of snow is the very small particle of snow with which the tree is covered. What does the poet say has changed his mood? This snow has been shaken by the crow. And when this dust of snow shaken by the crow fell on the poet, it changed his mood. How has the poet's mood changed? Means these are the symbols of anxieties and worry. These particles of dust, they are the symbols of anxieties and worry. And as they have been shaken from the tree, in the same way, all the anxieties and worries of the poet's heart has been shaken immediately. In this way, means his mood was changed. Next question. How does Frost represent nature in this poem? So, generally this is the custom that in poem the symbol of happiness is depicted as means their cuckoo and nightingale, they are the symbol of happiness. In the same way, oak tree, maple tree, means these are the symbol of happiness. Generally these birds and these trees are depicted in the poem. But here means contrary to the custom, contrary to the poetic custom, here the Robert Frost is highlighting that means those things which are considered, those objects of nature which are considered as ill omen, like crow and hemlock tree, they can also bring happiness, because nature in any way is the medium of happiness. When you are outdoor, means your worries, your anxieties are shaken, and you will feel light-hearted. Have there been times when you felt depressed or hopeless? Have you experienced a similar moment that changed your mood that day? And the answer of this question you have to attempt by yourself. Thank you very much.